Welcome, everyone. We have a wonderful presentation for you tonight. My name's Lynn Schuessler Williams out of Louisville, Kentucky. It's my great pleasure to introduce your speaker. He is a remarkable businessman. He's a leader, a coach to many, a serial entrepreneur, an author, a speaker, and someone who I'm very grateful to call friend, Mr. Timur Halligan. The call is yours.
Well, thank you so much, Lynn. Truly appreciate your kind words. And, I had the opportunity and pleasure of meeting Lynn just a few short years ago, and she's the author of a book called 9 Little Words to Change Your Results. I highly encourage you to get it. She was actually speaking to a group of executives, and I was attending that seminar. And she got to learn a little bit more about our company and what it is that we do. And, now she serves on our Ladies of Justice, which is a powerful initiative within our company. And so appreciate you, Lynn, and thanks for checking folks in from all across the country tonight. And my name is Timur Halligan from Chicago, Illinois. And I've got a background as a professional tennis player. I had an opportunity to travel the world many, many years ago. And, one thing I realize now more than ever is that we live in the greatest country that there is. There's so much opportunity here in the United States, particularly when you can find that right opportunity. And following playing professional tennis, I got into the world of coaching. I love helping kids. I've helped about 80 kids or so get Division I scholarships, continue to help them today really to become the best version of themselves, and own a consulting firm. And about 15 years ago, I was introduced to this company that I'm going to share with you guys tonight, Legal Shield. And I'm going to talk a little bit about who we are and what it is we do and why so many people, are taking a look at our company, Legal Shield. And so as my slides start to progress here, we'll be able to move on to the next screen, but they're being kind of stubborn at the moment. All right. Well, hopefully this will get us moving. So I appreciate you guys joining us, talking about, our opportunity and really your journey as a member of Legal Shield, as an associate potentially with us with Legal Shield, and looking forward to a great conversation with each and every one of you guys. And so when you think about today in business, there are so many disruptive innovations. The thing about businesses today, the best business models of today are those that are simple, they're easy, they solve problems, and they utilize technology. And we're going to talk about some of those tonight. Did anybody remember when you used to go shopping at the mall, or when you used to have to go buy CDs? Well, things have changed a little bit. Today you've got companies like Amazon where they're at my house 2 or 3 days a week. I mean, hey, I can realize I'm going to be out of paper towels in 2 days and have them sitting on my counter on my front porch and don't have to leave. Spotify, I mean, if you were to go upstairs right now, I guarantee my daughter's on there while she's doing her homework. Why? Because it's easy. She can listen to whatever she wants from one low monthly fee, which is a subscription. And, when you think about these disruptive innovations, you want to think about, getting access. What about getting access to the justice system? Here's what we know about the legal industry. At $300 an hour, we all do not have the opportunity to check what our rights are. But with Legal Shield, and we've been around for about 45 years, we have made the legal profession access to the finest attorneys across the country for everyday things you go through simpler, easier, and absolutely more affordable. And our vision is simple, although it's a very, very grand vision. That is to provide equal access to the liberty, equality, opportunity, and justice that every human deserves and expects. And this is our home office down in Ada, Oklahoma. We have about 700 or so employees that are there. And like I said, we've been around since 1972. We serve about 4.4 million people with a dedicated network of quality law firms that are in all 50 states and all Canadian provinces. Listen, we've been featured in Forbes, Yahoo, CSNBC, Bloomberg, A+ with the Better Business Bureau, endorsed by the United States Attorney General's office. So we got the best of the best that stand behind what we do, because what we do truly matters in the lives of our members. So you think about, have you ever, and you ask yourself these questions. Have you ever signed a contract or a document? Had a landlord or a tenant dispute, been overcharged or treated unfairly, gotten yourself a traffic ticket, been concerned about identity theft for your child, been a victim of identity theft or a data breach yourself, gone through a real estate transaction, or needed to update or prepare your will. See, these are all legal situations. Nobody's really broken any laws here, but these are all areas that if you could speak to an attorney, they would make life much easier. And so here's with Legal Shield. Once you become a member of Legal Shield, you simply download the app on your phone. And once you download the app on your phone, you've got access to all of the services that Legal Shield provides. The first thing that you've got is unlimited consultations. You can tap that button on your phone. It goes right to your law firm. You've got unlimited consultations. You can speak to them about any situation whatsoever, and you never get a bill. They're also going to write letters and make phone calls on your behalf. See, I had a situation just a couple weeks ago where my BMW was actually in the shop and required about $5,000 or so worth of repairs. I had a car warranty. I had an unbelievable guy that was fixing my car, but the car warranty company was not cooperating. They kept sending inferior parts. And so I contacted my law firm and I had them draft this letter. And this letter states very simply, "Dear Sir or Madam, please be advised that Mr. Timmer Halligan has contacted our firm regarding your failure to repair his vehicle under the terms of the automotive warranty he purchased through American Auto Shield. On September 3rd, 2019, Mr. Halligan submitted a claim to repair the transfer case. Per the terms of the warranty, your company agreed to repair the vehicle's mechanical breakdown or failure, including replacement of parts. However, on 3 separate occasions, your company has delivered defective transfer cases to the repair shop. On September 23rd, you delivered the first used defective case. October 3rd, you delivered a second used defective case. And on October 9th, you delivered a third defective transfer case. The repair shop could not install any of these cases into your vehicle because they were excessively worn and in disrepair. Your company has now requested the repair shop. They actually requested that the repair shop go out and find a part that they could put in to locate a fourth used transfer case. The repair shop has repeatedly advised against installing a used transfer case. Due to the excessive delay in providing this, Mr. Halligan is incurring excessive rental fees. Demand is herewith made that you immediately repair Mr. Halligan's vehicle per the terms of the warranty, provide a new transfer case, and reimburse Mr. Halligan for rental charges that were currently at $865. They ended up being at $1,500. And we have advised Mr. Halligan to pursue any and all legal remedies pursuant to consumer protection laws. We trust that you will proceed accordingly." Soon as they got that letter, they made $7,000 worth of repairs and car rental fees available right away. See, we've all gone through situations where we just haven't been treated fairly. And all it takes is a letter from an attorney, but at $300 an hour, people don't do it. They're also going to review contracts or documents for you. So before you ever sign anything, you send it to your Legal Shield law firm. They review it for you. You never get a bill. They cover you if you ever were to get audited by the IRS. They'll cover you just in case you ever get named in a lawsuit. They're going to handle situations like uncontested divorces, name changes, separations, and adoptions. If it's uncontested after 90 days, they will do it for free for our Legal Shield members. And they're also going to give you 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week access for serious situations. If you're ever pulled over late at night, you're going to be questioned, arrested, detained. Child Protective Services wants to come into your house. You got access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to your Legal Shield membership. They're also going to make sure that when you're driving your car, so when I do drive my BMW a little faster than I should sometimes, just in case I ever got a speeding ticket or a moving violation, I'm not going to lie, I've tested this part of the membership on several occasions. And when you get a traffic ticket or a moving violation, you click that button on your phone, you take a picture of the ticket, you send it to your law firm, and they're going to have an attorney go to court for you or with you anywhere in the United States to fight that ticket, to help keep your fines down, your fees down, and ultimately keep your insurance costs down. This right here, guys, is one of the most important things that Legal Shield does. In fact, this is the reason I became a Legal Shield member 15 years ago. I did not plan on being on this call right now talking to people about these services. I needed to get my will done. The person who introduced Legal Shield told me that they would do it for free. I said, sign me up, because they will actually do your will, your living will, your healthcare power of attorneys, your financial power of attorneys, update that every single year. And you can now do that right from your app. You simply fill out the information, hit submit to your provider, 7 to 10 days later, it's done. Then for those more serious things in life, when people are going through bankruptcies or divorces or, DUIs or real estate transactions, they're going through those serious things going on in life, our members receive a 25% discount. See, we've got a network of almost 7,000 attorneys in every city across the United States that are there to serve our members with a 25% discount. Everything else we've talked about is included as part of our membership. And who's covered with the Legal Shield membership? The member, their spouse or domestic partner, any children never married before under the age of 26 living at home or a full-time student, dependent children under the age of 18 for whom you're the legal guardian, and physically or mentally disabled children are covered for the lifetime of the Legal Shield membership. And Legal Shield is $24.95 a month. And that gives you access to a national network of law firms. So what would you rather have? $300 an hour when you would hope to get a phone call back, or $24.95 a month to have a team of attorneys that will call you back that day? It's just part of what we do. And that's the power of Legal Shield. And we talked about at the beginning, the best business models today are the ones that solve problems. Well, here's the second major problem that Legal Shield has been at the forefront of for the last 17 years now, and that is identity theft. Listen, with all the recent data breaches, identity theft is not going away. Whether someone takes your wallet, whether somebody steals your mail, whether a company like Equifax loses your information. And by the way, if you did not check to see if you were part of that Equifax breach, there's a link down there. It says, did Equifax lose my information.com? You should check it out because they're still settling that lawsuit. You're entitled to monies if they did lose your information. And so get back to the person that brought you on today to find out how you can do it. But it's not going away, not in my lifetime, not in your lifetime, not in our children's lifetimes. And there's so many different types of identity theft, whether it's your tax returns, your medical information, your social security, your driver's license, people committing crimes in your name. And, credit sits at the bottom of the list at about 17% of identity theft. And so you definitely want to have somebody who's watching your information. And ID Shield, what we're going to do is monitor every single thing that matters. Your credit score, your social security, your passport, your driver's license, your medical information, your email addresses, any loans that you've got, credit cards, bank accounts. Scour the dark web looking for people buying, selling, and trading your information, and even keeping an eye on your social media because people want to get a hold of your information in all different arenas of your life. And so here's what we do. We provide our ID Shield services. It's got a $25,000 protection policy, which means that in the event we can't recoup any funds when you become a victim, we got $25,000 set aside for you. We've got licensed private investigators that will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity back to where you were before you were a victim. And we will spend whatever dollar amount is necessary to give you and your family that peace of mind and give you your good name back. And for just an additional $5 a month, you can have more comprehensive monitoring with a $1 million protection policy. A lot of folks, high net worth, they want to have that additional layer of protection. And that's what that extra layer of protection does with ID Shield. And so with ID Shield, who's covered is the member, the member's family. If you have the individual plan, the member is. If it's the family plan, it's the member's spouse, and up to 10 dependent children under the age of 18. Now, parents, here's what I'm going to tell you. Kids are the fastest growing population of identity theft. Why? Because there's nobody watching their information. Folks get a hold of your kids' social security numbers. In fact, my daughter had somebody get a hold of hers, and they got a job in California, Arizona, and Texas while she was over in London, England, living her life. And it wasn't as easy as saying, hey, she wasn't here. I mean, without ID Shield, I don't know what she would have done. And so Legal Shield members spend $49 a month for a family, $24.95 for the legal plan, $24.95 for the ID Shield. If you wanted that additional coverage, just add $5 on and you're at $54. The individuals spend $34.90 a month. $24.95 for Legal Shield and $9.95. Think about that, guys. It's like $1 a day. a little more than $1 a day. You can't go out and get a bad cup of coffee for less than $1 a day. And these member perks, let me tell you, member perks are just extra things that our members have the opportunity to get discounts on. In fact, when I had my rental car for $1,500, it would have cost me $2,000 if I wasn't a member of Member Perks. It saved me $500, and ultimately it wasn't my money. I got it back from the warranty company, but still I saved $500 to begin with because I had to pay. Whether I'm taking my kids to the movies, they got discounts. When I'm going this weekend to Ohio to stay in a hotel, they've got discounts. I save more on my Member Perks than I pay every single month for my Legal Shield membership. And that's just complimentary for being a member of Legal Shield. And so we want to talk about now, the second part of our call is we're going to talk about the opportunity that we have to go out and tell people about Legal Shield. See, when I looked at Legal Shield 15 years ago, I'll be honest, I looked at the membership, and then when I took a look at the opportunity, and I was making a good 6-figure a year income, but I was also working about 70 hours a week. And when I saw how Legal Shield worked and I used the services, I said, you know what? I think I could make an extra $1,000 a month just telling a few people for a few hours a week about Legal Shield. Today, Legal Shield's paid us almost $1 million to work very, very part-time from home around my schedule and now not have to do many of the other things that I was doing, and I get to spend more time with my family. And here's just a couple of key statistics. When you look at a business, you want to know. We had a company that we hired prior to our acquisition about 7 years ago, a company called Decision Analysts. They went out and did a study for the need of our services. Why? Because the company was about to spend $700 or so million for Legal Shield. Here's what we know. The market is ready for our services. 93% of the people that responded believe lawyers charge too much. The other 7% were lawyers. They don't believe they charge too much. And they really, guys, honestly, they bring value. They're just expensive, and we found a better way. Nearly 90% of Americans say they do not have any form of legal insurance or legal protection, and we fill that void. And 9 out of 10 people said if costs were more affordable, they would seek legal advice. And so we've brought that answer. We've solved that problem in regard to legal services and in the world of identity theft. And that's why there's such an incredible opportunity, because more than 60% of people said they would be interested in buying our services if they just knew it existed. So let's talk real quick about how we get paid to go out and talk to people about Legal Shield. Number one, it's word of mouth marketing. We go out and just share with people. I go out and talk to people every single day, people I meet while I'm out and about, people that are the parents of my kids when I'm at one of their tennis matches, folks that I know from church, folks that I know that I used to work with, friends that I've had from high school. That's where I kind of started, and we get paid 4 different ways with Legal Shield. Number one, every time somebody buys the services, because you've shared this information with them, Legal Shield's going to pay you. And we get paid every day of the week, Monday through Friday. Second way is that we have the opportunity to build a team of individuals. Why is that so appealing? Because everybody's looking for a little bit more in their lives. Something maybe more fulfilling. Definitely people are looking to make some extra income. And when you share this opportunity with folks and you share the services with folks, they're going to know people you don't know. So when they become part of your team, every time they market a membership, they get paid a nice commission. You get paid an override. One of the best ways that we get paid with Legal Shield is that we get paid residual income for life. I never had residual income. When I had 6-figure contracts, as a business owner with companies, when I stopped working, they stopped paying me. But they're still using my ideas today that I gave them, that they paid me for, to continue to increase their revenues and profits. Well, with Legal Shield, I've got members that joined 15 years ago that are still have the membership today. Why? Because it works. It just makes sense. Their kids now have the membership. We've got excellent bonuses and incentives and things that go along with Legal Shield. So let's talk a little bit about how we get paid with Legal Shield. Number one is every time we write a membership, you look at that personal income line and you go down to the bottom of the page where it says associate. Every single person in Legal Shield starts at the exact same place, our associate level. When somebody buys that $49 plan, the Legal Shield and the ID Shield for the family, Legal Shield pays you $60 the next day. When I first saw that, I thought that was plenty of money for me. Somebody spends $49 and the company's now going to pay me $60. But then I realized that I can continue to move up in the compensation plan. I mean, sometimes guys, when you're at your job, and I used to be the one that was giving the raises to people, sometimes folks would go, get a 2% raise or a 3% raise. But with Legal Shield, if you go out and just write 4 or so memberships in your first 20 days, not only will they double your commissions to $120 a piece, but they'll give you a $300 bonus for getting that done in your first 20 days. If you don't get it done in 20 days, we'll still raise you to $120 every time somebody buys that membership. After 45 days, or up till 45 days, if you reach that next position, which is really writing $400 worth of Legal Shield. So you figure if a membership is $50, if you marketed 8 of those memberships in your first 45 days total, they're going to give you another $500 bonus. So between the first promotion and the second promotion, which is combined, get to $400 worth of memberships being written, the company's going to pay you $800 worth of bonuses, plus you're at now $140 a piece. Then it goes up to $160, $190. Now those are all permanent. You could step away from this business for 6 months, and wherever you are, whenever you come back, that's where you are. Those other top 2 are month-to-month qualifications. And then you see over on the right-hand side where it says team overrides. Let's say, for example, I'm at the manager level, that third one up. I make $140 when I write a membership. But let's say that somebody brand new came on. I actually just brought on a gentleman who owns a business earlier today. He owns a very, very good advertising company, goes out and does publications, but he sees the value in Legal Shield. Why? Because he was a member first. And he was seeing that as he was going out and talking to his clients, that a lot of his clients already had Legal Shield. So let's say I'm at 140 and he's at 60. He goes out and writes a membership. He gets 60. I get over in that far right column, 20 plus 20. Now let's say that maybe I'm at the director level, and Miss Lynn Schuessler Williams, who is just on introducing me, she's at, let's say, the manager level at 140, and that same associate joined underneath her. So he goes out and writes a membership. He gets paid 60. Lynn would actually get that 20 plus 20, and then I would get that 20 plus 30. So there's up to $180 worth of overrides every time somebody else writes a membership. I always look at that as a half a tank of gas. If I get $20 because somebody wrote a membership, or 40 or 60 or 90 or 130 or 180, I mean, a $20 override, that's enough to put a half a tank of gas in my car, and I wasn't even usually there when they wrote the membership. We got excellent trips that we go on every year. I tell my wife every year I get to take her on a honeymoon paid for by Legal Shield. We got one coming up to Riviera Maya here. We just got back from Cabo San Lucas a couple months earlier. And they've got monthly bonuses that pay us up to $500 a month simply for going out and writing about 4 or 5 memberships at the very, very most. So you get your commissions plus an additional bonus. With Legal Shield, there's a one-time investment when you join this company, and it's $99. So, think about this. You own your book of business with Legal Shield. It's portable, meaning you can do it in any state that you live in. It's willable, which means I can leave it to my children. I get lifetime residual income. And to make my money back in this investment, I really only need 2 customers. You find me a business anywhere in this country that pays you like that, and I'll take a look. And I've looked at a lot of businesses. I've looked at a lot of franchises. I've looked at owning my own insurance agency, and I've yet to find anything that pays me as well as Legal Shield does. You think about what companies need nowadays. I mean, this is on the cheap end to be able to run a business, to have a very inexpensive website. I mean, inexpensive, with a CRM tool and QuickBooks and, video hosting and all that. You're looking at a couple $100 a month. Well, Legal Shield has built every one of those platforms into an app that we have on our phone. So our only overhead with Legal Shield is $20 a month. That gives us an app on our phone. That gives us our website. That gives us a place to host videos to send out. It's got a CRM, customer management system, built into it. And so it makes it really, really simple to run your business. And, that's what Legal Shield Advantage is. We got great trips, great incentives. We've got a proven track record. I mean, we've got all kinds of different folks that have worked with us, all kinds of different backgrounds, from real estate to sales to college student, another college student, real estate, postal service, you name it, we have it in Legal Shield. We've created about 200 folks right now that earn $50,000 a year or more on a part-time basis. 400 folks like myself that earn over six figures a year every year. 250 plus that have made over $1 million with Legal Shield, and over $1 billion paid in commissions in the last 10 years to the field. And right now we're on a schedule to get that done in less than 7. And so I'd like to go back to Miss Lynn Schuessler Williams for just a second. And Lynn, maybe share a little bit about your experience as a Legal Shield associate.
Absolutely, Mr. Halligan. I was a Legal Shield member for almost 2 years before I added Legal Shield to my business. And I'm a sales coach and a speaker and an author. And I just came to realize that all of my clients were like me. They were business people and family people, and they all needed Legal Shield for the same reasons that I did. And I just got excited about the idea of making a difference in people's lives by giving them a service that absolutely empowers and protects. And so it's really made a huge difference in my business. It's diversified my income. Instead of just trading time for money, now I build a residual income that's building a great retirement for me and for my family. And I'm really excited that I joined Legal Shield. It's the best business decision I've ever made. Back to you.
Well, thank you so much, Lynn. Appreciate your comments. And, what are the action steps? Listen, if you're not a member of Legal Shield, get back to the person that invited you to listen in tonight. Let them answer any of your questions and become a member of Legal Shield. Why? Because it just makes sense. If you want to become an associate with us, we'd love to have you. We're here to train you, to help you. And if the business isn't for you, that's okay too. Just remember who you became a member of Legal Shield with. And as you're out there keeping your ears open and listening to the problems that people have going on in life, send them back to them. We'll definitely help you get trained. We'll make sure that we help you get that first bonus. We'll get you paid. We'll get you promoted in your first 45 days. And folks, I just appreciate you taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to listen to some information. And everybody have just a tremendous, tremendous evening. And bye-bye for now.